The last part of the key lesson reads, "And to that timeless end, and for it alone, do we agree to surrender ourselves to an understanding greater than our own." In a way, that's a summation of the entire spiritual journey. And we're going to look at it deeply today. This idea of surrendering ourselves to an understanding greater than our own and what that entails. But we can begin by bringing it all down to earth and looking at a very simple example. What moment in your life, or moments if you're lucky, or if you're really lucky, a ceaseless string of them, have produced the most change in you? What is the character of a moment that has produced the most change in you throughout your life? Has it been when people said you look good? No. Has it been when you got a check? No. When was it? It was always the moment that I was struggling the greatest with the pain I didn't understand, because a condition brought about a situation in my life that I tried to push it away and get rid of this and do all that stuff. And no matter what I do, it keeps coming back like the proverbial ball that you throw into the ocean, and the waves return it to you and return it to you and return it to you, until at last what happens? I learned the lesson. I see. I don't just see this or that or those or them parts. I see an entire picture. And part of what I see and the understanding that's brought in it is a realization that I'd been completely blind, but I thought that I understood. That I was certain in what I was doing, but nothing about what I was doing had a chance to change what I was going through, because everything I was trying to do was basically a form of trying to escape the lesson, not be changed by it. And if that's true, which it is, don't you think it's a kind of contradiction that a human being spends the bulk of their life trying to avoid anything that troubles them? So that I don't want any pain, because the me that doesn't want pain can't remember the me that was changed by it, that was invited by a situation, a circumstance that I wanted nothing to do because with I couldn't understand it. But then when you do understand it, you see that there's always been a bridge of some kind. That what touched you 5, 10, 50, 60 years ago, that there was an intelligence in it that you couldn't see because you were not yet the one who was prepared to receive that lesson. But if you finally get the lesson, then you are the one for whom the lesson was prepared, and something knew it for you 60 years ago. Do you understand that idea? What an absolute miracle that is relative to our puny understanding. I don't want to do this, but I guess I have to. It keeps coming up. Very personal for me, something that I virtually never speak about. I don't know how old I was. It was about 60 years ago, somewhere between the age of, I guess, 8 and 11. Just a stupid kid, which is not really any different than being a stupid man. And I was in my closet reaching for a shirt when I heard, as clear as a bell, in fact it was bell-like, a voice. And it said, With this pain I give thee life and do thee wed. And I probably tilted my head just like that because I turned around to see if there was anybody around, but there was nobody around, and then it repeated it. With this pain I give thee life and do thee wed. And I was so struck by the weird language. You know, you're 9, you're 10 years old. Who talks like that, even now? And I went and I wrote it down because I figured if something's telling me it, I probably at least ought to keep a record of it. I did. I wrote it down. And I carried it in my wallet until the paper dissolved. "60 years later, I understand. The one for whom that was intended wasn't the boy. It was intended for who I was but didn't know yet.